Welcome or welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and today I have a duet that might be a trilogy or a series sometime soon, but for right now it's literally a duet, and it's by Kim West, and it's called White Male and Black Female. This is an interracial he falls first, who hurt you office romance, and I can tell you I liked it. Well, I've definitely liked one book, but basically this is told in each other's point of view. So this is told in her point of view, and then black female is told in his point of view. It's the same story, just told in each point of view. But there is a definite difference. This is under 300 pages, and this is over 400 pages. Let's just talk about the stories in general. So basically, we have our heroine. She's working at his company, and she gets promoted to work in his department because she's really good at her financial analyst marketing kind of job. We also find out that in her point of view is crazy. She's dealing with insecurities when it comes to men, and he is someone she's never dealt with as a partner, especially since he's outside of her race and vice versa. So they're the first of each other's partners outside of race. She is thinking that he is very racist because of how he is treating her in the office. He does not like any of her ideas, even though other people, including some of his partners, love her ideas. He keeps telling her that, no, it's wrong. Oh, you think you should get a congratulations for doing the bare minimum, all that kind of stuff. And we're not really understanding why he's this way until you get to his point of view. But she thinks he's racist. And it does come off that way. If you look at it from her eyes, it does have that hints of passive aggressiveness. Why is it only me who's getting this? And I'm literally the only black person in your department. So yeah. But he makes her do a presentation 3 times that he does not like, and she keeps redoing it, as in keeps redesigning it for him. And then finally he says, hey, this last presentation is going to be at 7. We're going to go to the conference room. You're going to show it to me, and we'll be that. They do. She shows it to him, and he does not like it again. And finally, she, in her mind, she's like, I really want to hit him. I get that a lot sometimes. But she calms down, and she's just taking all her presentations down, and she feels him behind her, and he all of a sudden seems like he's about to kiss her. And he starts complaining to her about how she thinks she's too good for the office, how she thinks she's so confident to thinks that she owns the office with how she dresses and how she walks. And she and I were very confused about what he was talking about. Very confused. I was like, what is he saying? That leads to a sexual scene happening in the conference room. And that also leads me to almost DNFing this book. This was very cringe for me. Again, they're each other's first partner who isn't of the same race. So there are things that happen, or there are intrusive thoughts that you think sometimes when you're with someone who isn't of the same race as you. The first time I've held that. I've had it happen to me. Sometimes once you get to another person and they they tell you some of the intrusive thoughts they had when they first start talking to you. Yeah. But he and her say it out loud. He goes, I wonder what your vagina looks like. What color is your vagina? And I was just like, what? And she's like, black. And I was like, what? I literally almost DNF'd the book because I was like, wait, this is no, I can't do this. And the rest of the scene was like a little more cringe. Even like I was just like but I was like, let me get past the first scene and maybe it gets better. It did almost like, it's not like it got worse because that first part was crazy, but it did sort of get better. Like nothing can hit that high that I started on. Nothing. But from her point of view, it's literally her thinking that she is the rebellion stage that a white man will go through before he settles down, you know, try something exotic, something that most men of his caliber wouldn't do, you know, just playing the field. So that's what she's thinking this relationship is, for a no strings attached. And she's not trying to get strings attached. But she's not understanding his point of view, his thought process on this. And is misunderstanding and misinterpreting a lot of what he's giving her. Which, understandable, she is hurt. Literally, she's hurt. But there was a lot of like miscommunication or misinterpreting and assuming things if you just talked it out with him, especially since like he wanted to talk it out and she just kept walking away from conflict. That's what she does best. She literally walks away from conflict. In the first time of trouble, she'll just walk away and maybe cool down. But he keeps persisting, like he keeps pushing it, and then she'll talk to him again. And you just see that a lot happening with her. But she is broken from her previous relationship. I will say, I did not like this book. I gave it a 3, I think. But I did not like this one. Her point of view, basically. I did not like it at all. It just felt not like, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. Especially when it comes to his point of view. When we get his point of view, everything makes so much more sense. I felt so much more like sparks with him. It was great. I gave this book a 4. I think a 4 or 4.5. This was good. It's the same story. So technically, if you don't want to read her point of view, you don't have to. Because you're going through the same exact things. You just would miss out on like what she's thinking. But like it ends up the same. Like literally ends up the same. But in his point of view, you realize that he has basically made her whole job happen. He saw her at the office one day and she was looking at him lustfully. And then once she caught him looking at him, she like, you know, shied away. And he's just like, oh, well, you know, I got that. But when he kept looking at her, like, he kept passing her again and again, and she kept avoiding him. And he's like, this is the first time that no one has ever, first of all, avoided him, not tried to, like, hit on him. And he interpreted that with her thinking she's too good for him, even though he is a billionaire, the owner of the company she's working at. He interprets her avoidance, her attitude towards him, as she thinking that she's superior and is above him. So that's why she doesn't want to pursue him. And that just grinds his gears. He's just like, no. He then starts to like notice her even more and starts kind of stalking her, but not really. He has a security guard who is Black Ops, who he has like asking updates on her, and then he actually makes the job that she got, that you see in her point of view, he makes it happen because he wants her to work in his office so he can see her more often. And he doesn't encourage the people to want to hire her, but he facilitates the action. So once she gets into his department, he feels it even more, but he doesn't understand that he actually has a crush on her. Like, he's crushing on her, and he turns that into ego and her, again, thinking that she is too good for him. Like, she is holier than thou, that she owns this company so she can walk around and do what she does. And he also thinks that the way she dresses and how she walks is on purpose. She's making herself move that way to tease him. It's an ego thing. I don't know how. Like, I was just like, yeah, this is like, he is thinking too highly of himself. I'm just saying. But as time goes on, you realize that, like, he's falling for her and he doesn't understand that he's falling for her. And it's just, like, so cute. He pursues her. He is understanding that she runs away a lot. And he tries to fight and fight and fight and fight. And he fights for her. When she runs away for that final time, he fought. Then there's so much drama going on. You see it a lot in her point of view, but you see the aftermath of it. Like, you see in its end with her, but you see it unfold in his point of view and, like, why it happened the way it did, which makes sense because it's happening to him. And she's just hearing it secondhand or seeing it secondhand. So there is other woman drama. There's, like, a whole bunch of other women in this. He has an ex-fiance, his ex-partners, his best friend who everyone thinks he is with. He has family drama because his family is very traditional and from the South. And there is a underlining thing that happened when his father was young that comes out towards the end of the book that might also come out in the series if there is going to be another book with this series. But there also is I guess I should just say there's a surprise pregnancy. So there's that. But I loved his point of view. I really did. And I'm hoping that if the series is going to continue, that we get his point of view as the only point of view. Because his point of view is good. Loved it. He loves her. He is in love with her without even knowing that he's in love with her. And then when he finds out he's in love with her, you're like, it's just good. He's very possessive. The way he pursued her and treated her like a queen is so good. And he didn't care about what anyone else said about their union, his family. He knew what he was doing. And yes, sometimes he was reckless, especially with the way he was thinking that since, like, he's the boss, he doesn't, like, have to talk about his standards. But she does raise points of, like, hey, I don't want to seem like I'm going up the ladder by being on my back. I want it to be because of my actual work and credibility. And if it turns out that, like, I'm messing with you, people are going to think that the only reason I got this job is because I was on my back. And he's just like, no one's going to care. I don't care. Just stuff like that. Again, the race comes into effect a lot in this book because they're in Atlanta. His parents are traditional. His other women are out there with their thinking that you shouldn't do things with certain races. But this was really, really good. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. Not a favorite, but I will reread. If I reread this again, I think it will be my favorite if I really liked it at the end. Spice was really good in here. Again, some of the stuff was cringe because of, like, the way he was saying it. Especially, but I'm just, like, attributing it to him being in a relationship for the first time outside his race. I have to go with that. Because some of the stuff he was saying was just cringe. And it's something that it's your intrusive thought you should never say out loud. I'm just saying. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, I highly suggest you read Black female instead of white male. But if you do want to see both point of views, I mean, you can do it. But this one is so much better to me. But I will see you all in my next video. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer. I post a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Sunday, so please be subscribed so you can get notified when I post. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you are. Bye!